that brushing without diet change is damage control. So here's how the standard American diet helps to cause this, which is dental caries or cavities in your teeth. So today, episode 68 of the Obesity Project, caries, carbs, and the carnivore connection. My name is Dr. Mark Shankman. I'm an oral and maxillofacial surgeon, so I know of which I speak. So for years, we've told patients, brush twice a day, floss, use fluoride, see your dentist, and yes, those things matter. But here's what almost no one tells you, not even your dentist. If you don't feed the bacteria in your mouth, they cannot make the acid that causes tooth decay. And that means that the diet is the root signal. And most dental disease, yes, it's diet driven. So let's talk about how carbohydrates feed oral bacteria. So let's go ahead and break it down. Cavities form when certain bacteria, like Streptococcus mutans, ferment carbohydrates in your mouth. That fermentation process produces lactic acid, which lowers the pH on your tooth surface and begins to dissolve the enamel. And according to a classic study published in the Journal of Dental Research, when plaque pH drops below 5.5, where neutral is 7, enamel demineralization begins. Carbohydrates, especially sugar and starch, are the fuel for that drop. So let's talk about a real world example. You sip some oat milk coffee throughout the day, or you snack on whole grain crackers. And even though these are healthy, they are fermentable, and bacteria convert them into acid. Over time, what happens? You don't just see decay, you see it despite good brushing. So because brushing can't stop bacteria from feeding, only your diet can. So when you eliminate fermentable carbohydrates, oral bacteria lose their energy source. And if you're on a ketogenic or carnivore diet or a low carbohydrate diet, your intake of sugar and starch approaches zero, especially with the keto and carnivore. So no substrate equals no acid, which equals no decay. And in other words, you don't give the sugar or the carbohydrate to the bacteria cannot produce the acid that produces this over here, which is cavities in your teeth. So there was a study in nutritional research by Shellam and James in 2014 that found that populations consuming fewer than 15 grams of sugar per day had near zero rates of dental caries or cavities, despite limited access to dental care. So there was another study in BMC Oral Health in 2016, which observed reduced plaque accumulations and gingival inflammation or gum inflammation in adults following a paleo-style low-carb diet, even without changing brushing frequency. So this has nothing to do with brushing and flossing. If you feel like you're brushing and flossing like a madman or a madwoman, and you're still going to the dentist, and every time you see the dentist, they're telling you have 2 or 3 more cavities, there's more that you can do besides just brushing and flossing. So since switching to strict carnivore, I've also seen my own plaque levels drop. Less biofilm or plaque buildup on the teeth, including food debris and that sort of thing. That's what biofilm is. You see less inflammation. No new caries, which is the dental term for cavities or decay. No new caries despite 0 fluoride toothpaste and minimal flossing. So when you change the fuel, you change the environment. So it's also not just sugar, it's anything that ferments. So here's what most people do not realize. It's not just table sugar. It's things like whole wheat bread, bananas, quinoa, oat milk, dates, and even natural snacks like dried fruit and granola bars. If it ferments, it fuels acid production and fuels caries or decay. There was a 2004 paper in Carey's research that confirmed that processed starches cause nearly the same drop in plaque pH as sucrose when consumed frequently. And sucrose is your basic common table salt. Table sugar, I mean, not table salt. That's why we see caries in people who eat quote unquote clean, because the bacteria really don't care if it's organic. They only care if they can ferment those carbohydrates and create the acids as a byproduct. So I'm not saying that you should stop brushing. Please, I want to be clear. I don't want your dentist yelling at me. I'm saying that brushing without diet change is damage control. So diet dictates a number of things. It dictates pH, plaque ecology, or the makeup of the plaque and what's included in it, bacterial overgrowth, what particular species of bacteria are overgrowing, and are they cariogenic, meaning they are more likely to cause caries or dental decay. And also, diet dictates the risk of enamel erosion, how quickly that enamel gets broken down. So Weston A. Price, a dentist who studied ancestral populations back in the 1930s, demonstrated near zero rates of caries in tribes that consumed no processed carbs, even without modern dental care. Once these groups adopted Western diets, what happened? As you can imagine, decay skyrocketed. So what's the signal here? The signal is fix the diet and the mouth heals. So this has been episode 68 of the Obesity Project. This diet doesn't just lower insulin, it protects your teeth. And I know on the Obesity Project, we focus primarily on lowering insulin and reversing type 2 diabetes and weight loss and reducing chronic disease. But I wanted to bring it back to an oral surgery focus. I wanted to bring it back to a dental focus, which is, of course, my background, and explain how lowering insulin and lowering and adjusting your diet will do more than just treat the whole body. It also can treat the mouth. So we often think of keto or carnivore diets or low-carb diets as metabolic tools, and they are. And they are metabolic tools for reversing insulin resistance, fixing weight gain, fighting inflammation. But there's also another benefit. They create an oral environment where cavities simply can't thrive. So remember, you're not broken. Your mouth is just responding to the wrong fuel. So if you fix the fuel, you fix that input, then you absolutely can change the outcome. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Stay tuned for more great, sort of dental focus in the next few episodes of the Obesity Project. Then we'll get back to weight loss and insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes, all those good things. But I wanted to focus on the mouth for a little while. I wanted to make sure that everybody understands that teeth, gums, all part of the body, and we can fix all aspects of the body by changing our diet and changing our nutrition sources. So thank you so much for watching. Like, share, and comment. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. And I will see you in the next video. Take care. Thanks for watching.